All right. I'm just gonna go for it. Not really sure how this is gonna work. It's been an extremely eerie past 24 hours. Today's 9/11, so we reflect on all the lives lost in the terrible terrorist attack over 2 decades ago. But what made me want to make this video was I was incredibly moved seeing that video yesterday of Charlie Kirk. Charlie was a great American, a legend, an inspiration. He was courageous. I'm wearing this American flag right now because President Trump ordered that all flags be brought down to half-mast to honor Charlie. Just going through my experience of yesterday, I was at work and I get a text that said Charlie Kirk was just shot, and obviously I was blown away, and surprised. I hadn't followed Charlie super closely, but a friend of mine showed me Charlie on a road trip we did years ago. He was like, "You got to check out this guy. He's a Christian. You know, he still believes it means something to be a man nowadays, when there seems to be an agenda trying to kill the man and just completely eradicate the concept of gender," which is insane to be even saying out loud that is something we're dealing with. But anyways, stood for a lot of things that I believe in. So yeah, and I would see his content and clips come up on my feed, and I found it very difficult to scroll past. I would be captivated by his words and his message and his allowance for opposing opinions to speak freely, say whatever was on their hearts or minds. Anyways, I'm at work and I see this text and I'm like, oh my gosh. Obviously shocked. A small sad part of me did have a reaction of, that this is the world we live in today, that you organize a huge event that is talking politically, and if you lean more right, then you seem to be at a bigger risk of something happening. Anyways, I saw that, and then as someone sent a video, it was a distant video, and I watched it, and you couldn't really see a lot. You just heard a noise and you saw him collapse, but that was pretty much the gist of it. And I was like, that does not look good, but I believe in miracles, so I was holding on to hope. Then another video comes around much closer. After this video, I have had no interest in seeing any other videos. But I saw that it was close, so this would give a good indication of, how he might be doing. So I watched it just for the soul. I'm not into, I don't care to see the gruesome details of something that I don't have to see. But I watched this video hoping that it would give me a sense of hope that he could make it through, and on watching the video, it had the exact opposite effect. I lost any hope that he could make it. It was the most awful thing I've ever seen, that video. To hear later that his wife and kids were present at the event, I've heard a lot of things. I don't know what's true and what isn't, but if that is, I can't imagine anything more horrifying. to see just the life leave him in an instant, when he was even talking about gun violence right when that happened. He died doing something honorable. He died a true martyr and a hero to many. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people. I enjoy talking and thinking deep, and this dialogue video thing has been something I wanted to do for a while. And after seeing other people post stuff and watching what happened, I just got this sense of motivation that it's now or never. Not to say that Charlie stood for something important. He stood for many things, but one of them was free speech, and he spoke on it a lot. And I think it's important that we take the many, many nuggets of wisdom that he had and run with them. Not that he's someone that could ever be replaced, but I think it's time for a lot of us to step up. I don't think this thing that I'm doing here is going to be particularly huge, but I don't know. I don't know what else we can do. I remember shortly after the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, I was talking to my uncle. He's got a lot of good wisdom, and I was like, so what can me and you do about this? Because there has to be something that we can do, like, other than just, pray and hope. And he said, we need to not be afraid to call out evil for what it is, which is pure evil. This was a heinous act of evil. It was demonic. It's spiritual. I mean, there's some real evil in this world, and we need to call evil for what it is. I mean, they call the devil the great deceiver, the master of lies. He'll disguise himself and make him think that what's going on is good, or he'll try to justify the evil that there is and disguise it as good. But we need to call that out for evil. People are afraid of hurting feelings and stuff and this and that. Gosh, I remember yesterday I was thinking about posting something for Charlie because I wanted to honor him. He's a hero, and he deserves to have his name repeated many countless times. There's a quote from, I think, Banksy that says, they say you die twice, once when you breathe your last breath and once when someone says your name for the last time. And I think Charlie's name will be said for a long time, and it'll live on. But I wanted to post something, and I had this disgusting thought in my head that I'm honestly embarrassed to admit. I was like, I'm friends with a lot of people from different viewpoints, so what held me back from posting was, oh no, when I posted after Trump won the election, I lost a lot of followers, like 50. I don't want this to be a political post that's going to cause me to lose followers. What? Like, the fact that was even a thought in my head of losing followers. Of course I'm going to lose followers from posting about Charlie. Like, I'm happy to lose those followers. Bye, Felicia. Like, golly. Such an embarrassing thing to admit, but I mean, if you're not going to speak the truth, if you're just going to say whatever it takes to get or retain as many followers as you can, then like, what even are you willing to do? Like, golly. So I'm trying to do my best to stand by truth, let Jesus be my guide, trust God, and gosh, I mean, I cannot succumb to the ways of this world. Like, there's this Bible verse, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7, for we walk in faith and not by sight. We're not supposed to see the road that lies ahead of us. We just need to make sure we're always telling the truth, because what do words even mean if you're not saying the truth? The words are the most important, and Charlie knew and believed this. in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. Before anything else was the Word. There's power in words, and we have lost this touch with this ability to use words. I mean, we're just doing this all the time and typing and texting, and people can't even speak eloquently anymore. I mean, I honestly feel like an idiot just sitting here, but I don't know. I feel like I have to do something. Oh boy. Something I want to talk about. There was this I saw, like I said, I have friends on both sides. When I say both sides, I think everyone agrees that this was a heinous act that was committed. When I say both sides, I mean, I don't want to say people are happy that Charlie Kirk passed, which I know there are terrible people that believe that out there, but as far as the people I am acquainted with, they disagreed with a lot of the things he said. We'll say that. Now, I didn't agree with every single thing he said, but most of it, the vast majority of it, I thought he was very well spoken on. And I mean, he's well spoken on everything, but I thought he had great points. My friends that would not agree with most of his points, I saw this common thread of posts go around, and I can see they're trying to be like empathetic, but I don't feel it, especially how they end this. But there's this post going around that says, Charlie Kirk said in 2023, 1 week after 3 children were killed in a school shooting in Nashville, that gun deaths are unfortunately the price we pay for the Second Amendment. He was correct. He said it's a worthy price. I disagree. This is all in one post. My belief is the same today as it was yesterday and will be tomorrow. We need gun reform in the United States. Charlie Kirk's deaths can't be separated from the very systems he devoted his character to promoting. I don't know about that. The epidemic of American gun violence is one where nobody wins. The tragic irony is Kirk's death may have well been prevented by the policies he opposed. It's in the best interest of everyone to demand gun reform from those in power. Maybe now they'll listen. Look, I don't have a problem with reforming our gun laws, but to say maybe now they'll listen, like you have some sense of like pleasure or association with the people or person that committed this terrible thing against Charlie. Maybe now they'll listen. They said Kirk's death may well have been prevented by the policies he opposed. Okay, this whole guns kill people. No. People kill people. I saw a post, Cain killed Abel with a rock. You don't need guns to kill people. I mean, if you are against the Second Amendment and don't want there to be guns, why is that? I'll tell you why. It's because they want to say, oh, because guns kill people, we don't want people to die. Then you should not be happy this happened to Charlie or satisfied in any way, because that's a person that died. Yeah, it was by a gun. I mean, I could go walk across the street to my neighbor and stab him with a fork. Are we going to make forks illegal? Like, come on. When I saw that video and I made the decision to make this little video, like I'm referring to the video I saw of Charlie being assassinated, it felt like that scene in American Sniper when Chris Kyle watches the Twin Towers get taken down, which is ironic because today is September 11th. And he was like, I'm going over there and I'm going to do something about this. I think that I had a moment like that where I felt something within me say that something needs to be done after watching that. But the sad part is there's not a location that I can go to overseas to fight a specific guy. This is an internal civil warfare that is happening from within. I think we all have demonic battles within us that we fight every day. That's something you need to show up to and be prepared to fight against. There's also battles within this country, as we've seen with one of our own citizens assassinated by another one of our citizens. I actually came home from work last night because I was completely beside myself all day at work, and I watched American Sniper, just the beginning of it up to that scene, and then I was like, I'm going to sleep, and tomorrow I'm waking up and I'm going to the gym because my enemies are probably going to be sleeping in tomorrow. I'll tell you what, there were no libs at the gym today. There were these two guys talking about everything going on, and they were talking about how they hate social media, and I really can't argue with them. They were much, older than me, but yeah, no, I hate it too. I feel like my dad sometimes when I think about the awful things it's done. I also think that it's useful and can be resourceful for certain things. Like this video, for example, this is free for me to make, and I think it says something. But yeah, they said like nothing pisses me off more than someone by themselves pulling out their camera and recording themselves. And I'm like, yeah, but that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So I learned to just, I'm not really thinking that much. I'm just kind of going with it. I mean, we don't know anything. I'm trying to walk by faith, like we said earlier. And so I just hit record and didn't write any notes down. I had some things in my head, but man, we got to be out here telling the truth. And we've got to honor Charlie. I mean, gosh, I cannot get that image out of my head. He was the definition of a martyr. He died for a cause that was opposed by a group of people. He died serving that cause, always speaking the truth. My heart and prayers go out to his family and loved ones. Man, I'm going to think of him every time I see a flag at half-mast this weekend. So what we can do, you and I, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to tell the truth. Always tell the truth, no matter what it is. Whether someone asks you what you ate for breakfast and you ate nothing, tell them nothing. Whether someone asks you your beliefs and you say you're struggling, tell them. If someone asks you how many gingers there are, 2. Who's the Son of God? Jesus Christ. Call evil out for what it is, pure evil. I did write down a couple notes about Charlie. Charlie stood for so much that I believe in. I did not agree with every single one of his points, but he was a good-hearted Christian doing his best to change the world for the better. He loved his country, he loved his enemies, and he hated evil. He was going to do so much, and it takes some real courage to do what he did. I'm not saying I'm going to take his place. I'm not saying someone needs to, but this is the best thing I can think to do right now. Just share my thoughts. This feels like a pivotal moment for this country. This feels like a pivotal moment in my life. I don't think I'm going to be posting a political or emotional video every day, but I just kind of want to share my own unique experience. I think I figured a couple things out. I think the biggest thing I figured out is I don't know shit, but none of us really know much at all. So we'll see what happens. I'm sweating my ass off out here, but it honestly feels good. Godspeed, everybody. God bless America.